Why are you looking at me so cold? One's love is now we're enemies. You try to make yourself feel better by taking me down. Once I fell, but now I'm strong. I'm ready for the rematch. Shoot me down, don't you know I get up? Yeah, baby, I will fight. No, there ain't nothing stopping me. I'm bulletproof.
Amazing. Working hard out there, honey's got to get a few breaks soon.
He wants the glory. Up gang hammer to score. The win. Dowell with the winning goal. Quality win there. Fourth title, I believe.
Good afternoon and welcome to the last game of our stream coverage on semi-final Saturday for the 2025 Australian Ultimate Championships Division 1 here in West Beach, Adelaide. My name is Blair Monroe.
I'm Emma Jaeger.
And what a pleasure it is to bring you this exciting semi-final match between Ellipsis Ampersand on your screen at the moment, switching over to Rogue, playing out of the blue kit, already getting players ready for the line. Now, Emma, you mentioned at the beginning, just before we came on air, that this is a repeat match from elsewhere in the tournament. What information have you got about the last time these two teams faced each other?
Yeah, look, as we said, first game, first day, these two teams came up against each other. Rogue really brought it to Ellipsis. I think they played absolutely out of their skins, and they have been playing well all tournament. As you can see, the wind is very different from what we saw on the first day. It is very windy. We're getting this kind of wind coming towards what would be the left of your screen, and it's pretty strong and gusty, which we didn't see. So I think all those throws practices throughout the season, the preseason, are definitely going to be coming into play now. So it's really going to, I'm excited to hopefully watch some zone.
And I mean, absolutely, if there's ever time to unleash the beast, it's right now. And I mean, we've already seen on this field earlier today, we had Rogue earning their spot in the semifinals against Factory Flash. The wind having a huge impact. The majority of the points being scored towards the left-hand side of your screen. That's in the downwind direction. So having the wind at their back made a huge difference. It wasn't until Rogue managed to sneak through a couple of upwind breaks that they were really able to crack the game open. Fantastic performance. Some very, very dynamic and explosive plays throughout that match. We'll see if they're able to bring it to, I believe, our reigning champs, Ellipsis Ampersand.
Yeah, so number one seed coming into the tournament, Ellipsis Ampersand. So definitely, you know, one of the favourites for this tournament, but Rogue is definitely very much in with a shot. I wouldn't put money on either team. I wouldn't be confident with that.
I'd probably just put money on both, you know, to feel better about everything.
Yeah. $5 each.
And folks, if you at home want to put some money on some Ultimate, there's no better place than upping your YouTube membership or heading on over to patreon.com/ULTI.TV. Help us bring you the best sport in the world as Rogue kick things off with a roller pull.
As you can see, that disc moving after the wind.
Nice shot over the top, finds Bitwin. High forehand goes up.
Woo!
Slightly misjudged. Cat Phillips can't come down with it.
Yeah, and as you can see, that wind is already playing a big factor. That was the downwind that we saw, and yeah, it just sails.
Yeah, just a lot of carry underneath that one. Good read, good way to back that one down by Phillips, but not quite going to be enough. Rogue with a chance here, but they're working into the wind. It's going to be a hard slog, and they're pinned on that high side corner. So there's a little bit of top field to downfield direction to the wind as well. Great work to clear away from the Ellipsis defense. A little too high, good recovery. Oh, wow. Great work by Janic. Having to put a little heat on these discs to make sure they're getting right to the receiver. There's not a lot of room for error. Chip shot around. And one to Tar. Back to Janic. Nice continuation, putting a big shot up.
Oh!
Beautiful opening to the match.
And that's a break to start it, isn't it?
A necessary break, no less. Ellipsis just starting off early with a little bit too many wheat bix. Slightly overcooking that first throw with the wind at their backs, and it's going to give a shot back
Now,
for Rogue to answer.
is this Ellipsis' first game of the day? I don't actually know, to be honest.
No, they must have had a
one.
quarterfinal
Yes.
to get them here.
Yes, definitely, yeah.
Now, let's see if we can get another look at that assist. I believe that was Eliana Rico shooting deep.
That was a beautiful shot, wasn't it? My
to,
goodness.
Dos Santos Lee for the score there.
There's really not much you can do as a defender about that. Over the top. We tried to have a bid with Della. Not quite enough, but there's not much you can do about it, really.
That's what we say back in New Zealand. You can't de-money and you can't de-trash. So now, thankfully, it's money on display here, Rogue. Despite the uniforms being in blue, they are happy to flash the green with a beautiful dime like that for an early Rogue score.
Beautiful. And we said we had a big name out for Ellipsis with, was it Buxa?
Oh,
yeah.
Kat Buxa.
Out
What
with
an
a
absolute...
concussion?
She's your favorite. She's my favorite. She's everybody's favorite. Out with a concussion, so won't be making an appearance during this match. But honestly, not to make light of head injuries, but if there's any equalizer for a dominant player like Kat Buxa, a concussion's probably going to be it. We've got Kat Phillips far sideline with the disc. Continuing the push as the disc blades back towards midfield, and another turn. Rogue with a shot to knock Ellipsis out. Hoping to put a second break on the board for them. Goes through, but it's eaten back the other way.
Run through.
Good reset. Phillips again. Uncorks, but it's low. Just outside the reach of Miranda Wang. Not gonna be it. Rogue with a shot and a long field ahead.
Yeah, they have got the downwind, however. That might be able to help them along. Have a look.
Boom has the disc now. Working to Rico, far sideline.
Big shot. Big shot.
Oh, Charlotte Owens maybe giving up a little early on that one. We've seen her kind of foot speed earlier on, using that height, not able to get that connection this time. But Ellipsis Ampersand having to work up into the wind. It's going to be a tough spot for them to be in.
It definitely is. I am not envious of any of the players on the field at the moment with this wind coming through.
No. Prentice gets it through, finds Carr. The downfield crashing into the handler space, trying to make it easier for them. Pushes to Phillips with the big bomb. It's turning over early. Ooh, a great attempt by Wang, but it's not gonna be enough.
Just through the fingers.
Rogue answering, retaliating. Chip shot through, getting right around. And alive with the disc to Rico again. Continuing the work through, Dos Santos Lee. Over the top, off the hands of Anna Lai is going to be a turnover for Ellipsis Ampersand. A long, scrappy point. Keep in mind, folks, we're 6.5 minutes into the game, only 1 point on the board. The wind is having a huge impact. Great work to find Lee. Pushes towards the near sideline. It's Carr. Great option, a lot of float. Beautiful gainer there to give Della a shot. Big rip, but it turns early. Rogue to come back from right to left.
And that is that wind being involved. Della has shots, she definitely does. But yeah, just that wind being a bit of a menace at the moment. Oh.
Big layout, not gonna do it.
Looking. What does Della want to do?
Big fake, gets a bite out of the defense. Manages to offload nicely. Kat Phillips with the disc. Inside break shot. Can't. Oh my goodness, Angelina Lee can't get a touch, and that's going to be a score for Ampersand.
The inside break with that vicious wind is absolutely insanity.
Oh, you love to see it.
Oh. Yeah, Kat Phillips, one of the veterans of the games, a very experienced player on this Ellipsis team, and you know, experience that shows in that beautiful throw there. Have a look at this. Ooh.
Oh, my goodness.
Absolute money. Money.
I haven't seen an edge that down since the death of Emo, folks.
Jeez. Oh, goodness. Let's look at it again. Look, put that on the highlight reel.
Oh, what a beautiful put. Such a find to put Ampersand on the board.
Yeah, and in the upwind as well. So definitely one of those ones that you've got to make use of these upwind points.
Especially considering that upwind hold gives them a shot at a downwind break. It's not as good as an upwind break, which then lets you follow with a downwind break, but we'll take what we can get. Score is currently tied, a long point. That first point which went to Rogue was only about sort of 2.5 or so minutes. The second point, which Ampersand managed to slog through and put away, closer to 5.5.
Yeah, and I think we also have to remember that, you know, this is, day 3 of a 4-day tournament. We have quite a few games under our belts. I'm sure everyone's legs are fatigued, probably have a few blisters on the feet. So running is hard, and we're going to see that mental and physical fatigue play into this game.
Grimoire with the pull for Ampersand, nice and high. The wind at her back, it's arcing over early. Going to touchdown out of bounds, so Rogue with a chance to brick to take it from about 18 meters in front of the end zone. There's going to be no positional advantage to be gained from that monster pull from Grimoire.
Yeah, as we can see, so this is going to be a big pressure put through by Ellipsis on Rogue here. They're going to want to make that turn.
Good early work. Pigeon with the disc. Can't hit the upline. Quick reset to Laramatos. Ung has it. Great line drive, but there's gonna be a massive run through on that defensive play.
Oh, it's up.
Big bomb overthrows Nandan. It's not gonna come away. Rogue losing a little bit of position on the field. Maintaining possession, and a necessary one for them. You'd hate to be on the Rogue side and see that one get pulled down. Pigeon again.
High side as well. Oh!
Touched by Grimoire, and it comes down.
Big play, big play. Now with the downwind, let's see what they can do. Grimoire likes her big throws.
Early work, Marsh with the disc. Oh, can't quite connect. There's going to be a foul called there.
Yeah, I think maybe just got some feet tangled on the way through. That might have just put off Martin's step.
Considering how low that disc was coming in, I'm not sure the effect to which that would have had an impact. We'll see again just how low that disc was.
Yeah.
But it's a player-officiated sport. It falls back to the players to make those calls and to resolve them themselves.
Exactly. So what we're really loving always about Ultimate, it is self-refereed. So they're doing asking for perspective, I think. Potentially Grimoire's giving her opinion there as to maybe if that little foot tap affected that grab. I'm not sure. Let's see what we can find.
It's still early stages in the game regardless. To give that foul up, to retract that foul and have Rogue retain or gain possession, not necessarily the end of the world in the early stages. When it's 11-11, it's a little bit of a different story. Looks like Ampersand are going to play into high sportsmanship. Rogue are going to take possession now. Eunice Chong with the disc at about the halfway mark. Some early fakes to get things moving. Mainly trying to shift the defense. Inside break for Pigeon.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness, what a great find. And then a reset to Owens. Another nice offload and a quick snappy shot. Owens right on the doorstep. There's a lot of pressure. Nothing developing. She's waiting. Has to reset. Pigeon again gets a bite out of the defense. Crossfield shot, and it's a fumble at the end. Oh, pipped at the last hurdle.
So much pressure put on by that defense there. My goodness. Oh, she wants it.
Big launch over the top. It's not going to come away. Great run by Paola Martin.
Yeah. Grimoire likes her big shots. I'm excited to see them. And, you know, the downwind, it's certainly worth it. Let's have a look at this.
I mean, I've heard Ultimate described as, oh, what an unfortunate tumble. I've heard Ultimate described as essentially running shuttles for fun. And in wind like this, it really is. It's the statement with a lot more truth than any of us would like. Chung with the disc. Another beautiful inside break going across to Owens. Comes around, there's float underneath. Pigeon, so aggressive on the attack. Ladamatos on the crossfield reception, resetting the disc. Centre field, up to Owens. Good attempt by Martin, but not enough. Nandan closing down the reset. Ladamatos in motion, looked off. Nice reset through. Ruiz to Chung. Bob into the open side lane, gets looked off again. Another inside attempt, but it's too low this time. Ampersand with a chance.
Let's see what they can do with it. I mean, Grimoire's got it. I reckon she's going to look long, but let's see what under options we have. I'm not too sure.
Oh, a great, I mean, like a dime. It really was.
Yeah, and again, that downwind, just pushing that disc down. The sideline is going crazy right now.
Little more conservative on some of these throws, but it's giving a lot of float. Great coverage by Pigeon to get into a position.
Yeah, so there's a little discussion. I'm not sure exactly, maybe it's I'm not sure what the discussion is about. Maybe a contact call in there somewhere.
Either way, Pigeon retains possession. Chung again on the near sideline, big fakes. Playing it safe, another bid by Martin. Owens with the disc now. Big movement, trying to open something up. Two upline cuts, both looked off in favor of Blady over the top. What a bid!
Goodness!
What a play!
That is such a different, she's like on the side with the disc coming down like a blade. Oh, wow. She's got magnets in her hands, maybe.
I think that was Dos Santos Lee by the looks.
Yeah, that was incredible. So much pressure put on by that Ellipsis defense, making it really, really hard for Rogue to have absolutely anything. Absolute insanity in that point, hey. And another upwind point.
Well done, Rogue. I mean, that's it. We had that one original recipe downhill break, and then it's just been upwind holds. An absolute slog for this wonderful semi-final match.
Let's have a look at this. The wind takes it. Someone check those gloves. There must be magnets in there, hey. Wow.
It's either magnets or post-it glue.
Look, well done to pick up that. That is, I don't think that is the way that Owens wanted it to go, but my gosh.
Yeah, just the wind catching the underside of the disc and a little bit of an early turnover.
Excellent awareness. Was that by Bob there, coming in clutch?
Not too sure just at the moment. We'll hopefully get a little bit of information about who scored that goal towards the end. Looks like it was Bub on the score there. Good call. So that's Kat Phillips. Goes to Prentice. Back to Phillips. Far sideline. Carpenter in hot pursuit, trying to shut down Prentice. Grimoire with the shake and bake. Prentice cutting back to the underfield. Slips one through, but it goes to ground. It's going to be a turn and an opportunity for Rogue with a downwind break here. Hoping to bring it. Lee. Angelina Lee with the disc now. Slight overthrow, going to get eaten up by Kat Phillips. Prentice circling through. Too many touches, but it's Lee who's going to shut that one down. Tar to Carpenter. Or Osmond to Carpenter, rather. Lai. Chua. Oh, layout's not going to be enough.
Wow. Yeah, good bid by both of those players. I think they're almost trying to both have their glory there.
Oh, do you want it? No, I'll take. No, you could. No, I'll go. Oh.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Healy and Lai in great position to do that one. I mean, this is what a semi-final is supposed to look like, Emma.
This is just absolute grind, isn't it?
Grimoire with a reset, can't connect. Rogue with a great chance here. Lai.
Oh, I think we might have a call potentially.
Prentice going for the Rockstar knee slide to try and block that one, but possible contact on the play. We'll see again. Oh.
We could definitely have a valid contact call there, but we'll see what the players think.
Yeah, having to play around the shoulder of the offensive player and then getting in front of them, it's going to provide a wall to their momentum.
Yeah, it is very, the thing is, Ultimate's a non-contact sport, so...
It's supposed to be.
It's supposed to be. I mean, looking at some of the Opens games, it's a little bit, a little bit mushy. Like maybe a netball non-contact.
Yeah.
But I think we're having a contested call there, so we're going to come back in.
A contested call doesn't disadvantage Rogue that much. It returns to the hands of Lai because she was the last uncontested possession of the disc. And that's going to be Erin Healy with the score for Rogue. Back to back.
Wait. I think there might be some words here. I don't know what that could be. Maybe
The only thing I can think of is if there was possibly either a marking infraction or maybe contact drawn from the offense.
A contested stall out.
Oh.
Okay.
Interesting. So, for the folks watching at home, who, if you're on our premium field and you're not super familiar with the Ultimate rules, thank you for coming finally. We're glad to have you here. Players have about 10 seconds as counted by their opposition to release control of the disc, or it's an automatic turnover. In that case, a contested stall. Ellipsis made the argument, hey, we've counted to 10, you have to let it go. Floating up.
Big pad grab.
touch. Alicia Chua generating the turn for Rogue. Osmond to pick up. Oh, what an around shot.
That was insane.
That had way too much curve on it. That peeled off the back of her fingertips in a way she wasn't expecting. Carpenter with the disc now, chipping one through. Angelina Lee with the disc, marked by Grimoire, resets to Lai. Can't hit the break side just yet. Continues through the open side. Chua with a long shot. The wind.
The wind is pushing it. Yeah, with downwind, upwind, generally in Ultimate. Downwind will push your disc down. Upwind will push it up. This is dangerous.
Prentice comes down with it anyway. Ampersand with an opportunity.
Oh, this is dangerous too. Just not quite the comms there by the Ellipsis squad.
Lai to Carpenter.
Who's there? She wants it. She's saying, get into my spot.
Oh, a questionable execution, but a great layout for Carpenter to keep that one in hand.
Wowza.
Osmond, but we're seeing a call happen in the downfield. Looks like a pick.
Yeah, so pick call. Oftentimes when you see a player out like that, all on their own, sometimes there's been a pick happening in the stack, which I think is what has happened here.
As much as we would like to think that all of that beautiful separation came from pure athleticism.
Have a look at that. That is a textbook layout, isn't it? 2 hands on the disc, down
it's just
strong.
Barreling down the camera as well. Oh,
put that on the highlight reel.
Put that on the fridge.
Yeah.
Carpenter can't quite get the breakaway. Oh, unmarked, and again in the wind with the push down of the disc is going to give Ampersand a shot. Firing immediately.
Right back up.
Grimoire at the halfway mark with the disc.
Yeah. Where's our options by Ellipsis? Who is there?
Phillips circling around to get it and keep the dream alive.
On the doorstep.
Dignam puts it up. Big touch, double touch.
Oh my gosh, there was so much happening there. Couldn't keep up.
Anna Lai finally closing that one down.
Wow.
Carpenter has the disc now.
I think we can see the fatigue really setting in this point. This has been going on for almost 10 minutes now.
It's a long one. Chua shooting. Going to be eaten up by Kat Phillips. Just doing so much in the deep space. Dignam puts it up at the front, edges high. Oh, Phillips immediately lets rip.
I think that's going to be a call. So whether that call gets retracted, which I think is the outcome here, so that turnover will stand.
Yeah, considering that the disc was immediately thrown away, despite that takedown through contact, we'll see again. Immediately lets it rip. Doesn't even look to see if she's okay. Carpenter pinned down near sideline. Big touch from Prentice. No call by Chua.
Call. She started to make the hand signal, then went, actually not. Let's have a look here. Yeah, run through D.
I mean, we've given some of the opens teams a bit of guff about contact, but
yeah,
the ladies are clearly not afraid to bring it. Phillips with a big crossfield shot, touching too early. Chua on the shutdown.
Yeah, she said absolutely not. I thought she was going to go long straight away as well.
I looked it.
Faked me
Sean has it. Oh, can't connect on the next one.
Yeah, I think that fatigue is settling in, mental and physical. Both teams are working so hard.
Phillips puts it low to Dignam. Up over the top. Gonna get eaten up again. Just outside the reach of Palmer. Oh, we're not gonna see another bid to save that one for Rogue. Carpenter on defense now. Picked up by Grimoire. Big left backhand. Well taken.
Yeah, I think there's gonna, no call, no. Oh!
Kat Phillips puts it in too low.
So yeah, I thought that was going to be an out call, but no, they kind of made a little bit of a hand signal and then went, actually, no, I'm good.
Recentering pass doesn't come away. Phillips hoping to finish it off and tie the game. Fakes, little bit of air bounce. We're going to see Bitwin take it in.
Is there... We're saying, yippee, that looks like a goal, but everyone's just so tired. And I think maybe a little bit of question as to how Bitwin is pulling up after that. A little bit of a collision there. Let's have a look.
I mean, who can blame them? Not only are we about 25 minutes into our game,
yeah, big hit there.
25 minutes into our game, 2 and 2 apiece, means we're looking at roughly 6 minutes per point. However, on that last possession, 20 turnovers in the point.
Wow.
10 apiece.
20 turnovers. Yeah, working really hard. Well, this is finals Frisbee, isn't it? Neither team are going to give up easily.
Absolutely, and I think that's one of the reasons the more turnovers you have, the more times you have to make that switch from offense back to defense and back, just makes it that much more difficult.
Yeah, interestingly, all of the goals have been on our upwind side. That's not what I was expecting to have at all in this game.
Yeah, it's pretty much the opposite of what you'd expect. Even though we've talked about how throwing into the wind has its challenges as downwind does, throwing downwind adds an extra sort of 5 or 6 meters to the length of your throw. So even those throwers who maybe don't have as much confidence still have the opportunity to put up some big shots from about the halfway mark. Giving you that extra bit of length means you can stretch the versatility of the team. You don't have to focus all of those long options around your core handler set.
Yep.
Big downwind pull with a lot of high edge. That's beautiful. Touch and roll.
Stunning. Pop it in the corner there. That is a hard spot to get out of.
Martin early on the mark. Can't stop it. Going through. Some contact there. Chung hits the near sideline. Big fakes from Ruiz. Back to Chung. Puts it low. Taken down. Chua has the dead. No. Great work through. I believe that was Anita Ung through to Madeline Owens for the score.
Wow. Yeah, that was, we were saying that last point, 20 turns, that was quite refreshing, that one.
Yeah. Good to see that the teams can do it clean as well.
And again, upwind point. Interesting. And also what's interesting is I haven't seen a zone yet.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, don't get me wrong, it's lovely to see the teams back themselves in terms of their athletic performance, which is really what match defense comes down to. You've got one-on-one matchups, and you on defense are thinking, I can win this no matter who I've got marked up against. As you mentioned, right, you'd expect to see a little bit more zone in the wind. Why is that?
Yeah, look, the thing with zone is you are forcing it to work between the handlers, and ultimately the more throws you have, the more likely you are going to make a mistake. And in a nasty wind like this, those mistakes can come a bit more often. And the only really way to break a zone is often just by going over the top, and you don't want to do that in this wind because it just goes. Wind takes it, off it goes.
I mean, we've seen what impact this wind has on even some flat, relatively low release throws. Something like a hammer or scuba, a blade that goes up over the top, it's going to catch so much more of the wind, and who knows where it's going to end up.
Yeah, see you later.
We might get some catches. Who knows?
Put me on the team, coach. I'm ready.
Give that lady a contract. Rogue up by 1. It's 2-3. Rogue defense now. After a great hold, what are they going to do on defense? Big high pull with a lot of carry. It's going to drop down out of bounds.
Whoa, yeah, and there you go. You can see in the air. Starts off straight and shoo, it comes straight towards the commentary box.
So Grimoire to pick up and initiate from the brick mark. Charlotte Owens on defense.
Yeah, here I'd be stopping that huck.
Left hand goes up, finds Marsh. Oh, so much going on. Rico getting involved to shut that one down. Looking like she was tapping it back towards Grimoire. Janich.
Oh,
what a take by Chung.
Beautifully read.
Rico now far sideline. Chung again. Comes back near side. Lamb with the disc. Grimoire closing. That's a beautiful run through. Charlotte Owens with the score to give Rogue a 2-point lead in this semi-final match.
Wow, yeah, Rogue really giving it to Ellipsis there. I mean, downwind, we're saying we're expecting more points on the downwind, and yeah, that's why. Owens is all over it this game. My goodness, she's in there everywhere. I think that's her second goal, is it?
So far, 1 goal, 1 block from Owens.
I always forget there's 2 Owens in this team.
It does make it tough, doesn't it? No, so Madeline Owens on a 1-1 in terms of goals and assists. Charlotte Owens getting a goal on the board. But they are not the only players on this team. We've got Anita Chung, Chua working in the downfield space, Pigeon, who's done some phenomenal work, Shannon Bubb getting involved on a great score earlier on, Dos Santos Lee, Lara Matos as well. Some great names we've seen a lot of from the Rogue side.
Yeah, definitely every single person on this team is stepping it up today. I think they're playing absolutely out of their skins, Rogue. And so we're gonna see Ellipsis coming on a downwind offense. So, I don't know. I just want to see a zone.
I would love to see a zone. I mean, probably not the most advantageous time for Rogue to pull this, considering that they're working into the wind. And that zone means they'd really have to backload the deep space to provide cover from the long shot that we know Ellipsis are capable of.
Yeah, if Grimoire gets that disc, see you later. I think she's going to send it.
Roller pull from Rico. Prentice with it. Pinned down on the reset. Phillips with a quick 1-2. Della near sideline. Up and around. It's floaty. Who's underneath it?
Grab.
Prentice. Putting it up. Far sideline looking for Phillips. What a find. Ampersand back within 1.
All class by Ellipsis. Huge pack grab and just sailed over the top of everyone.
The old hospital pass.
Yeah.
You love to see it. But my favorite kind of hospital pass is the one where no one has a good read on it and no one has to get hurt because no one jumps.
Yep.
My absolute favorite.
Have a look at this. Everyone's reading it. Everyone's going, whoop. Prentice just comes in. Absolute clutch on that. And look at that. Beautiful arcing pass.
Great work by Prentice as well to kind of that little body positioning. We'll see again how she moves out of the way of Rico as Rico looks to close. Just whips around, no contact necessary. And then a big put up for a streaking Kat Phillips.
Yeah, and you know, Prentice is one of our more experienced players on the team as well, and you can tell just the way that she's read that disc. Let's have a look at this roster. Speaking
of Ellipsis, Ampersand, we've had a couple of names we've already called out quite a few times. Kat Phillips, Alexandra Prentice, Euphemia Grimoire, Marsh doing some great work, Dignam getting involved as well. My favorite, your favorite, everyone at favorite home, Kat Buxer. But Lucy Della as well, who's done some phenomenal work on that sideline, getting the disc open. Roller pull's going to touch down out of bounds to start. Rogue have a chance here if they take it from the sideline.
Yeah, look, I'd be calling a sideline from here. I wouldn't be taking it back to the brick mark. And it looks that's like exactly what Rogue is going to do.
Especially considering that it puts them on the good side, the friendly side of halfway.
So we're just trying to figure out where exactly it went out. It's almost, oh, we're going a couple more steps that way.
Yeah, keep in mind that it crossed the boundary before it hit the ground, so there's that little adjustment to make. Latamatos with the disc for Rogue. Goes to Chung. Can't hit the upline continuation. Dignam scrambling. A good take by Pigeon. Straight to the bread box. Pigeons do love bread, keeping it moving. Chung with the disc. Goes wide. Madeline Owens in the doorstep. Martin on the mark. Up line, and that's it.
Stunning. Stunning by Rogue, my goodness.
Oh, good put away by Pigeon to give Rogue the edge once again.
Yeah, so almost Rogue, they kind of got to, that was quite a high stall. That was kind of getting up around the 7 and 8s. Eating that for breakfast. Love the Sally. Yeah, we see there's a lot going on. We have, in that space there, just didn't quite have the vision to be able to stop Pigeon from coming through on that.
I mean, it is the most dangerous place in Ultimate, that front corner of the end zone, even pinned down with the force. The priority on defense, and we can see what's happening here from Paula Martin, trying to stop the around. If you can force the offense to work that narrow channel, it does, or it should, make things a lot easier. You don't want to sit and block up that lane, but give up the rest of the width of the field, which might put the rest of the defensive side in a disadvantageous position.
Yeah, and I do really love that little poach that I believe that was Patterson was doing in that corner there, making it very difficult for Rogue, but just snuck through, little sneaky one.
Absolutely. I think it was Jean-Luc Picard from Star Trek who said it is possible to commit no mistakes and still lose. And that's exactly what Rogue were hoping for, to take advantage of on a point like that. Narrow channel, putting it away. Great run through by Pigeon. We've got Osmond with the disc to pull.
That was a very niche reference. Good work.
I get paid by the reference that leaves my co-commentator confused. High disc, it's gonna pull
Oh, it's
all the way
coming
out
to
of the
me.
bounds.
It's to me. Oh, no.
Oh, well done by Juggernaut player.
I think that was
Shutting that
Della
one
there.
down.
Oh, and he's flossing. Della, you're too old to be doing that. Okay.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with a little bit of dental hygiene, especially when we're trying to take a good bite out of this game. We've got Prentice to bring the disc back to the midfield. Supported by Della again in a vertical stack. They're pulling all towards the near sideline, hoping to isolate Kat Phillips in the midfield.
Oh,
Slight overthrow, not quite slight. That's going to give Rogue a shot here. Another possible upward. Chung with the disc, working far sideline. Pigeon gets a touch, but it's not going to be enough. Della circles back around. Hanrahan on the reset, can't connect, pushing towards the near sideline for Phillips again. I don't know how fast they must think she is.
I mean, she's very, very quick.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, Phillips poaching off.
Actually, I think without the wind, they'd probably be hitting her like dimes every single time.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Pigeon again. Big contact through there. Plays through it. Carpenter with the disc near sideline. Fakes off the up line. Hits the inside. There's going to be a signal from the downfield. Something's gone awry.
I think that's a pick call. So it's going to be sent back. That did affect that play there. I love women's ultimate because they use all the hand signals, so I actually know what's going on. Opens. Take a leaf out of their book.
What? Men not communicating effectively in 2025? Carpenter with the disc to kick things off again. A great line shot for Chung. Swirling, trying to get things away.
Pick call yet again, I believe. I'm looking on the monitor because as you can see, that sideline is right in it.
About 15, maybe 20 meters away from the end zone.
Yeah, let's see what they can do. The stall count would be high.
Just puts it up.
Full send. Let's have a look.
Big touch. Phillips getting in the way. Not going to let that happen. Lee getting involved in the handler set now. Far sideline marked by Lai. Oh, managing to generate a turnover again.
Oh, I think there could be a call. No, just everyone is exhausted and it's just going, oh my gosh.
And who can blame them? I'm tired just looking at them. Osman gets the centering pass to Carpenter. Comes cross field, Pigeon can't get it this time. Normally so reliable. Again, with the wind, it just makes it a little bit difficult to hit those connections. Phillips, marked by Carpenter, goes for the break throw. Hanrahan now around to Della. Back to Della again, midfield. One shot away, and that's going to be it, folks.
Sneaky. Why use the whole end zone when just a meter will do?
Olivia Hanrahan with the score there to bring Ampersand back within one. I mean, in much the same way as Ellipsis are only using the front couple of centimeters of the end zone, folks at home, a health and safety warning, just shuffle a little bit back on the edge of from the edge of your seats if you don't mind. I can't blame you for wanting to get as close to the action as possible, but short of coming down here to West Beach Park in Adelaide, the best you can do is make sure you've upped your YouTube subscription or head it over to patreon.com/ULTI.TV. I think that's going to be a timeout called, possibly.
I think that is a very good choice, even just for a bit of a drink break. My goodness,
yeah,
rest those legs.
Exactly, and any excuse to not have to run around after this long point. Again, only 9 points in it. We're already 30-something minutes into our game.
Yeah,
closer to 40, I think.
It's going to be a long one. Where I imagine we're going to be reaching that 100-minute mark. We've got a dance party. Love it. That's what I also really love about Frisbee. My little 12-year-old cousin was just down here and she was like, everyone at Frisbee is just so excited about everything. She was watching the Ellipsis girls do their warm-up.
Oh,
and she was like, why are they so excited? I'm like, because they're warming up. They're getting hyped. It's absolutely wonderful to be out and about in this wonderful atmosphere here at West Beach.
I mean, that's exactly it. I've heard a description, and people talk about athletes as either cat athletes or dog athletes. The idea that you've got cat athletes and they stay in a relatively low state of arousal, sort of mentally speaking. They'll sit and be very, very calm, and then the moment happens and they strike. And then the flip side, you've got your dog athletes wanting a bit more elevation. And exactly what Ellipsis are doing. They're getting that energy up first. But we're seeing a huge amount of power here. Ellipsis Ampersand have managed, Rogue, have managed 2 breaks so far.
Yeah. That is deadly for Rogue as well. Any break in this game is going to be really, really beneficial. And we saw over 20 turns each team as well. So yeah, that wind is giving us a bit of trouble here.
So team, I just poked my head in on the Rogue huddle there. Coach Alex Ladomatos just urging the team to focus on fundamentals. They said hold the force. He wants his players to keep crowding the open side lane and to just keep valuing possession of the disc, but not changing what they do based on the weather.
That's our man on the mic, sideline Simon, who's been here in the commentary booth all weekend with us as well on both fields. Stay tuned for more of his insight. But at the moment, we're going to have Ellipsis Ampersand coming in on defense again from your screen here at the moment. Grimoire once again with the pull, about to let rip. The Rogue offense with the wind at their backs. Have they been able to make those little adjustments that can allow them to tap in to what the downwind offers them? One early pigeon now with the great grabs again, a crossfield shot. Owens getting involved, it goes around, there's a big touch there from Patterson. Looks like there's going to be no call. Ampersand with a chance now, hoping to tie the game.
Yeah, coming in from this corner, this is a tricky spot. I wouldn't want to be there as Cat Phillips.
Manages to get the reset away though, finds Grimoire. Gets the reset again, big continuations, making a difference. Cat Phillips now. Not making much in the way of vertical yardage or meterage. Slowly chipping away, predominantly using the width. What a take there by Phillips.
Oh, here we go.
Uncorks the genie. Can she make a wish? Yes, she can. She wishes to find Della in the downfield.
Della's looking for some options there. Finds Grimoire.
Left hand, forehand. Comes through. Cat Phillips again, wanting to close. Patterson with the disc now. Nandan near sideline. Setting it up. And that's going to be the score, I believe.
No, injury. No, injury called.
That's the opposite of a score.
Yeah,
score is good, injury bad.
Injury not good. Also, yeah, I think that was a
possible
defensive take. Yeah. I think that wind just caught that side of the disc, just lifted it up and just full center in a bit of a circle. So means Rogue is going to have a downwind chance yet again. We're seeing turnovers galore in this game. It's not often that you see turnovers in this really high level ultimate. It's just a testament to how much that wind is really making it difficult for both these teams.
Ruiz with the disc for Rogue to kick things off. Layout to keep it safe. It's Owens. Goes around, reset to Chung. Nandan closing the trap. Hits the inside shot off the hands. It's going to give Ampersand a shot from the halfway mark. Patterson. Phillips coming back in to cycle through, resetting the handler, but it's going to touch early. Despite a good bid from Grimoire, it's not going to be enough. Chung takes the reset. Hits the inside shot around. To Charlotte Owens now. Big take by Chung. Signaling for the downfield. Little bit of a fumble. Ruiz can't get it. Ampersand to come back the other way. Line drive makes the connection. Della with the disc. Hits the break, finds Grimoire, unmarked center field, goes forward to Phillips. Oh, what a find, hitting the crossfield. Hands in the downfield, going up, calling for the disc. Phillips Continuation, it's going to be an inside break, but Nandan recovers that one. I do not know whether or not that was what Kat Phillips' intention was, but it comes down. Like they said in Wimbledon, I'd rather be lucky than good.
Yeah, huge grinding point for the upwind break for Ellipsis. That's going to be crucial to bring it back to even. 5-all. Wowza. And Phillips doing the absolute most in that point. I feel like every second pass was Phillips. Absolutely working it.
Well, why not?
Yeah, I think maybe the wind got to that one just a little bit. I think maybe Patterson was the goal, but, you know, we'll take it. Yeah, so throws and catches. So I think we heard from Simon saying, you know, back to fundamentals, back to basics. And yeah, I think, you know, whatever team executes the best is the team that is going to make it into the final from this game. Really tough work from both teams. So we're going to have Rogue coming into an upwind point. Oh, look at those stats by Kat Phillips. 1 goal, 3 assists, 2 blocks. My gosh, she is really doing the most, isn't she? And coming in with the pool as well.
Hey, for the folks at home, she is more than welcome to keep doing as much as she likes. 5 and 5. Now, keep in mind, with 1 goal, and was it 2 assists, 3 blocks? 3 assists, 2 blocks?
3 assists, 2 blocks, yeah.
So she's been involved in 4 out of 5, 80% of Ampersand scores. Rogue might have to just dedicate an answer to her if they want to stem the flow. They've had a lead early in the match, and then they've started to give it away. It's back to serve at the moment. Chung with the disc. We're seeing a horizontal setup now from Rogue. Goes wide. Owens gets the break shot.
So sneaky.
That's a beautiful break throw. Pigeon stretching the width of the field. Little bit of a fumble, but Chung's got safe hands. Or peel over. It's going to give the disc to Ampersand at the halfway mark with the wind at their backs. They cannot afford to give these ones up, Emma.
They cannot. And it looks like we have a pick call. Yeah, anytime there's any just slight mistake on any of those throws, they just turn over, and yeah, it's a really tricky one. Like I said, I'm not envious of any of these girls on the field. You're not catching me out here today on the field. Absolutely not. I'm a sideline hero.
Phillips breaks through to Marsh. Back to Phillips. To Dignam getting involved now. One hand take by Prentice, but there's a pick on the stack, pitching up on the near hand side of the field.
So we'll see if potentially that disc stays there. I'm not sure if that affected that throw. Doesn't look like it did.
Prentice puts it up with the float. Oh, despite the double coverage again.
She's doing good, isn't she?
Kat Phillips now involved in 5 of 6 scores, some 83 2/3%.
Absolute insanity from Kat Phillips. Oh, get around her, get around her. And really one of the champions of Women's Ultimate, Kat Phillips. Love it. She has done so much to be able to bring women's sports to where it is in the ultimate world. She's really one of the superstars.
Absolutely, and I think one of the most significant things now is that that's 2 back-to-back breaks for Ampersand, both of which have been driven dominantly by Kat Phillips.
Yeah, what are they going to do with her? Rogue.
I mean, they could put her on a pedestal.
Yeah.
They could maybe bronze her cleats. A mural.
Yeah, no, I feel like...
Or do you mean Rogue? What could Rogue
I feel
do?
like maybe,
Right.
well, yeah. I mean, I would be happy to make a little statue of, maybe a big statue, I think, life size of Kat Phillips going up for that throw.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. But more about what is Rogue going to do to bring her back. And, you know, it's so hard when you have such a class player like that. She is taking a break this point, though. Well deserved.
Well,
by Cat Phillips.
Maybe that's going to be the thing that tips the balance in favor of Rogue on this next possession.
We'll see, we'll see. Yeah, tough conditions here at West Beach today. It's nice and sunny though. Getting some sun out, getting my tan on. Just kidding, I'm fully covered up with all of the sunscreen.
Della with the pull. I mean, that's the thing, right? Ultimate's like home cooking. It's better when it's warm.
Yeah, 100%. Not unless it's too warm.
Yeah.
Don't want to get burned.
Chung with the disc now, seeing a bit of a zone defense almost. Kind of a like saggy handler defense. Oh, Pigeon, what a take on the downfield. Can she connect with Owens? Not yet. Chung available as a reset.
Looking very stagnant in that end zone.
What a find, but there's a pick.
Oh no.
Once again, that separation had to come from somewhere.
Yeah, looking really stagnant by Road in that end zone. So we just have to clean it up a little bit, make sure we have at least someone cutting. Let's see, I think Disc is coming back in on maybe store 4. We'll have a look. Oh, wow.
Beautiful find.
And that's another Owens score.
Yeah, Chung to Madeline Owens for the score to tie up the game.
Yes. Gosh, this is giving more than I had ever expected. Like, I knew this game was going to be really, really tough and really, really close, but I'm on the edge of my seat this entire time. I've got no words.
Well, unfortunately, words are all we have, Emma, to provide context and commentary for the folks watching at home.
Exactly.
Context, commentary, and a huge thanks for those of you who are joining us on our premium fields for the 2025 Australian Ultimate Championships Division 1. 6-6. It's a game to 15. A dead heat. 55 minutes in. Our most recent possessions champion, Madeline Owens, now 2 goals, 2 assists, getting heavily involved in Rogue's scoring efficiency here.
Yeah, so and both of the Owens, so Charlotte Owens with the 1 as well. So my goodness, we're well in the mix as Owens walks past us with a big smile on her face past the commentary box. She deserves it. Absolutely excellent work.
Osmond with the pull. Bit more leg to it this time. Touching down around the 40-meter mark. Prentice goes out. Hand to hand. Manages to get to Phillips. Uh-oh, she's back. This might spell bad news for the Rogues.
I think we're looking at a bit of a poachy zone moment here.
Well, you've been asking for zone this
I
whole
have been
time.
asking for
Big
zone.
layout. And the zone does what the zone's set to do. Carpenter to pick up. Marked by Roberts. Can't get the centering pass. Roberts too active. Carpenter calling, decides to uncork it. Sending it deep. Eaten up.
That's
Not gonna happen.
Phillips again. Oh, you can't keep her out of the play, can you?
And why would you want to? Recenters the Grimoire.
So, zone here. I think that...
Roberts can't connect on that crossfield shot.
And I think that's exactly what they're trying to do with that zone, is force that crosswind shot, because it is really hard. It's so easy to misjudge it.
Rogue in the danger zone now. Red zone about 16 or so meters out from the end zone. Osmond, who set things up with that monster pull to start, puts a Blady shot over.
Oh, and we're out of bounds, unfortunately.
Great
Kat says-
attempt.
Kat says, give it to me.
Because the disc never came back in, that's about where it'll come back.
So I think we're just querying where the disc comes in.
Phillips checks in. Lee on the mark. Goes around to Prentice. Scrambling the defense. Dignam comes in low. Hits Palmer. Offload back to Prentice. Losing yards but still in a good position. Palmer again. Up and over. Finds Hanrahan. To Prentice with a step through. One and done.
Was that Kat Phillips again?
I think that might have been Kat Phillips
Oh
again.
my goodness. Wow. Yeah.
Oh, it's one of those things I really wish someone else on Ampersand would start doing scoring so I have to do less complicated maths.
Yeah, hey.
7 scores, of which she's involved in 6. 6 14s is 6 and 84.1% or some such.
That's crazy. That is absolute crazy talk. So yeah, Prentice to Phillips is it's a dangerous combo, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, she really is going to be at the top of every team's Christmas list this year, I think.
Oh yeah.
Mixed, open, women's, it doesn't matter.
Absolutely everywhere all at once. And I did see also at the, there was a lone Ellipsis player on the outside as well. So if that one didn't come off to Phillips, there was certainly another option there as well. But, you know, why wouldn't you throw to Phillips? She's an excellent player.
Absolutely. And speaking of throwing to Phillips, Alexandra Prentice now with 3 assists. Of the 7 points that Ellipsis have on their march to halfway in this semi-final match.
Yeah, so we're seeing some big game players step it up for Ellipsis. Rogue has to respond.
They've got the wind at their backs. They don't have to fight for the disc. If they play smart, they can make some great progress here. Touch and roll. Oh, and roll, and roll, and roll. Freedom Frisbee in the wind. Is going to force Rogue to bring it in from the sideline. It's not a good position.
It's a zone setup with a big sideline trap. Oh, gosh. I would not want to be the thrower right now. That is hard work.
But if you had to pick anyone, Chung is a great shot. Puts it out deep, but it's fielded by Kat Phillips. Marked by Pigeon. Lee. Goes to Lee, pushes fast sideline. Kat Phillips, unpressured, takes it down. Comes back center field. Lee again. Kat Phillips with one hand, but a pick in the downfield.
Squishing it on that sideline, it's going to be a bit tricky because the wind is pushing it that way. So whether we look for a center from this position, I'm not sure. Oh no, she's just got to send it.
Phillips with the big shot. Goes to Patterson for the score and for half.
Wow, wow, wow. What a half. We saw a very, very even Rogue with the the celebration. Look at that. Rogue starting off super duper strong, but it's Ellipsis led by Phillips to bring it to half. My goodness.
Yeah, just a phenomenal first half. Folks, this is what a semi-final is supposed to look like. This is a smorgasbord of the very best that Ultimate has to offer. Great plays, big throws, huge defensive pressure. Who knows what the second half will hold? We hope that you will stay tuned to join us for the thrilling conclusion of this match between Rogue and Ellipsis Ampersand. My name is Blair Monroe.
I'm Emma Yeager.
And from the team here at ULTI.TV for the Australian Ultimate Championships Division 1 2025, we'll be back very soon. And we are back, folks, for the second half of this exciting semi-final. Grimoire with the pull for Ellipsis Ampersand with a lot of float underneath it. Going to touchdown, out of bounds. Rogue with a shot, the wind at their backs, down by 2, hoping to finish this off early. Maybe taking advantage of the fact that Kat Phillips is not on the field at the moment.
She gave a little cheeky grin as she walked past. Yeah, it looks like we've got a zone set up here.
Well, we've liked to see it. Cheong with the desk early, goes to Ladamatos, back to Cheong. 4 in the cup, really front-loading the zone. It's going to make them more vulnerable in the deep space. Works with Owens now. Comes back around. Bob getting involved, getting her hands dirty, goes to Cheong.
Oh, she faked me out.
Yeah. Some really good movement, but again, with those 4 players around the cup, it leaves them vulnerable if they can find something breaking open in the deep space. Nothing's happening yet. Cheong, Owens on some give-go.
Ooh!
Pigeon trying to jump it in.
From my perspective, I thought that was in, and everyone else thinks so as well. Way to work it through that zone.
Is it hard work being right all the time, Emma? Or do you just get used to it?
Look, you know, it comes with the territory, doesn't it? Just so good.
Glad to hear it. We are now a 1-point game, 69 minutes. Nice. 8-7 in favor of Ampersand at the moment. They're going to be coming out on offense, and they have the wind at their backs for this point. The hard work they put in the first half will pay off if they can hold it here. If they give the disc back to Rogue and allow an upwind break, we're back on 8-8, an even game.
Yeah, and we're seeing on the Ellipsis O-line probably the most dangerous player on the field at the moment, Kat Phillips, involved in 7 of the 8 Ellipsis goals. So, what you're saying over the break, what is Rogue going to do to respond to Kat? I have no idea. Put 4 people on it.
Yeah. I mean, it's not unheard of, you know, particularly to... Well, the problem is that your 2 options. You either expect her to go deep and you leave one of your players alone to park up in the deep space and everyone else focuses on a match defense. But if you do that, she can just run amok in the midfield and upfield and just get every other touch the way that she's been doing on a lot of these positions already.
She's such a threat. You just She can throw, she can catch, she can run, she can create movement. Oh my gosh.
I mean, it's just like the sound of music, right? How do you solve a problem like Cat Phillips?
I don't know. Well, Rogue has to figure it out as they come into defense.
Charlotte Owens to touch that disc down at around the halfway mark. It's Prentice to pick up and initiate. Palmer with the disc. Marked by Charlotte Owens. Loses a meter going backwards, getting the reset. Prentice up and over. Big pop.
Oh.
Well taken down by Olivia Carr. Over.
Oh, wow, wow, wow.
Dignam for the score. Ampersand up by 2 to open up the half.
It's always hard with the conservation of greatness once you make a massive take like that. Did you just settle it enough just to make the next throw? But yeah, wow. To be honest, I didn't see Dignam out there, and I thought there was a throw to no one.
Yeah, if we didn't have our eyes in the sky, folks, I would have absolutely done the same. I would have called that a wicked overthrow. Dignam, almost a snake in the grass here. You can see the upfielders pushing through. Looks like there's no one.
And then we see her in the field of view.
Surprise! Michaela Dignam.
Sneak attack. Beautiful. So 9-7. So Rogue needs to step it up to be a contender. Oh, my goodness. They have got the downwind O though. So that's going to give them an advantage on this.
Carr to Dignam, as we say.
Oh, there you go. That's only so 2 points that Cat Phillips hasn't been involved in.
7 divided by 9 is 77.777777% now.
Good work on the maths. I couldn't do that.
Shout out to Mr. Wallier, high school math teacher at Tuaco College in New Zealand. He'll be proud, I hope. Chung with the disc now, near sideline marked by Nandan. Roberts stretching the sideline on defense. Big bid, not going to be enough. Madeline Owens finds Ladamatos midfield. Reset, looks like it was questionable.
I think we're calling down on that one there.
That's a great call to make, that kind of self-awareness.
Yeah, so we're saying definite turnover. Yeah. Oh, it was very close, wasn't it?
Yeah. Maybe it was in hand but not secured, I think.
Yeah, you could have fooled me.
Della goes to Nandan here near sideline, right in front of our cameras. Oh, a huge bite from the fake. Goes across, Gwimois with one hand. Snaps a shot. Back to Nandan again. Della breaking to the far sideline.
Waiting for an option. Where is it?
Count's getting high.
Oh, surely.
No stall yet. Grimoire with the air bounce.
Oh!
Alicia Roberts.
She just happened to be there, hey.
Oh.
Grimoire's like, not quite what I was hoping for, but we got there.
Just like a Hungry Jack's employee, waiting for the mess to finish up so that they can get the place cleaned up.
Oh, wow, have a look at this. So yeah, not many options. Rogue is doing an excellent work on that defense, just being an absolute menace. And 1, 2, 3.
I loved Della's cut under that, kind of really tracking the disc as it flew. Was gonna get into a good position, but I think the wind started to pick it up. Ellipsis Ampersand now breaking double digits. It is 10-7 over Rogue.
Yeah, so Ellipsis with the break as well. So Rogue's got to be lifting. My goodness. It's shaping up to be a really hot game, isn't it?
And what do you do when things get a little too hot? You take a timeout. We can see it here. I'm guessing that after one hold and one break in the second half for Ellipsis Ampersand go up 3 points, it's a great time for Rogue to take a second and think, hey, last time we started working on the fundamentals and it worked for us. Is that something that we've let slip, or is there something else we need to adjust as well?
Yeah, definitely. So I feel like if I was the coach right now, I'd probably be saying, yeah, throws and catches. Got to make sure that we're giving them 100% options. And as we can see here, turnovers, the name of the game, 28 and 30. So as you can see, yeah, wind is a big, big factor. Clean holds, Rogue with 4, Ellipsis with only 2.
Admittedly, 10 of those holds each were in 1.
True.
Early on in the game, our 4th point of play to tie it up when we were back 2-1 in favor of Rogue. It was a 10 turn apiece point. Really, really long slog. So of all the stats to pad, maybe that's not the one I would have chosen. However, it's where we are currently. Rogue are 2 turns up over Ellipsis Ampersand, and you can see that reflected in the scoreline.
Definitely. So yeah, we know that Rogue can do those clean holds. So let's see if they can do it this point.
Now the wind is in their face. It's going to make it a little bit tougher for them. Not impossible. We've seen it happen in the course of this game. Phillips back on field with the disc for defense. Yeah,
I guess. Well, Rogue can just, 1, 2, 3 in the end zone, but if there's a turn and Ellipsis goes, oh, what are they going to do with Cat Phillips? Oh, it's a tricky, tricky conundrum.
Shot goes up, nice and long.
That's a huge pull. Wow. Into the danger zone.
Ladamatos resets to Chung. Can't get the up line on the open side. Ladamatos gets a bite.
I think there's a foul accepted straight away. Zero discussion there. Everyone's happy with that call. We're tapped in. Big fakes.
Chung decides to get some fakes moving. Overtouched. Lee securing the defense for Ampersand.
She says, absolutely not. There's no one getting that second bid. No scraps for you.
Pigeon on the mark. Nice and active. Gets through. Goes to Carr. Patient, waiting, puts it up, there's a touch, but it's caught. Hanrahan closes to Cat Phillips.
Who else would it be?
80%. No, more, less.
Something like that.
Oh, what are we looking at now?
They always say catchy D's. That's exactly why.
11-7, a 4-point lead to back-to-back breaks for Ampersand. Not the place Rogue thought they'd be in the early stages of this match. It's not an insurmountable deficit to come back from. We've seen it happen multiple times in the course of this tournament.
Yeah, and definitely, being a final, certainly anything can happen. I definitely would not be discounting Rogue at this point.
No, not at all. One of the things that I love most about Ultimate is the fact that we don't just play to a time cap. A lot of other sports, you've got a very strict limit in terms of time, and one of the perils there of a sport like that is that it allows you to stall things out. You could be up by 1 or 2 points, and you just have to wait out the clock and you win. Soccer, rugby, AFL, all of those other sports, they've got that time element to them. Ultimate, on the other hand, once that cap goes, you still have to play out the last points of the game. It's not uncommon to see games drag on maybe a little longer than they should.
Oh yeah.
But allowing teams that fair shot to really snake back and snatch victory from the jaws of defeat.
Exactly. We saw a little kiddo on the sideline getting into Frisbee nice and early. Start them while they're young.
I was going to say 6 months he'll have a forehand better than mine.
Speaking of forehands, apparently the great Mike Palmer on the cameras over here taught Jodie Palmer how to flick. Cousins, apparently.
Ah, well, why not, right? Grimoire putting it up. Quick fakes early, trying to shift things moving. And a break.
Oh, that is huge.
Looking for Owens. What a find!
Oh, sun in the eyes, wind at her back. Oh, goodness gracious me, what a read.
That's what we've wanted to see from Rogue this whole second half.
Yeah, that was strong. That was confident. That was dominant.
That was what women's ultimate is supposed to be like.
Yeah.
Just don't be afraid to uncork it. Although, looking like we're seeing a timeout called, I believe.
Yep, timeout is being called from Ellipsis. But Rogue is just too excited to realise.
And why wouldn't you be after a fantastic score like that?
That was huge. Yeah, so I feel like maybe Owens is someone that is going to be one of those pivotal players at the tail end of this game. We're seeing 3 goals, 3 assists for Madeline Owens there. Look at that read. Perfect.
Just really well reeled in. Now, Ellipsis taking a timeout here. Emma, what do you think's the justification for this? They were already up by 4. They've lost 1 now, but they're coming out on offense. Up by 3. Is that the time you'd expect them to take a timeout?
Look, to be honest, probably not. I'd be going, I guess they have had a point scored against them, but, they've had the momentum going. I think that might have just been a bit of a hype brain break moment, having a look at their little party huddle going on there. As we've got some partying going down on the line as well in Rogue. Oh, we've got the single ladies dance, maybe, going on there.
And the old athletic squat boy band move with the full shoulder roll.
Love to see it. Good fun.
I think the most terrifying thing for me, Emma, is watching those moves and knowing that the players on the field think they're retro. And they were just what I grew up with.
Oh no, don't show your age, Blair.
It's all right, there's a reason I'm in the booth and not on the field. I always tell people I'm semi-retired.
Semi-retired?
In the sense that I'm the tired part of retired.
Ah, yeah. Love it.
We are 82 minutes into our game. Rogue are going to come out on defense. It's Rico with the disc for the pull.
Sun in the eyes. You can see ourselves using the disc as a bit of a sunshade. Could be a bit of a tricky one, especially as we start seeing those big pulls.
You can see just how the disc starts to slow down once it catches the wind. That's why it's falling a little bit short just beyond the halfway mark. Prentice puts up the shot, looking for Della. Overthrown, Rogue with a chance. Tar setting the stack for the downfield. Early movement. Janich getting involved. Rico getting the disc. Break shot through to Lai. Quick continuation. Chua, the reflective Pit Vipers, not concealing her ambition. Lai comes around to Owens. Works the sideline, but again, the downfield is a pick that's been called.
Yeah, and the thing with picks is you have to catch that disc, because if it turns over, that turnover now stands. So good work on making sure that play continued.
Some great hustle by Rico, but it's going to go back to Chua, bouncing off the hands. Ampersand with the shot to go to 12. Della to pick up and initiate. The downfield scrambling. Everyone's pushing deep. Della puts it up. Taken by Phillips. Up and over for the backhand. That's going to be a score.
Oh. Yeah, huge by Ellipsis. Just the amount of pressure that they're putting on Rogue in that defense. There's, and especially considering that Rogue was trying to throw upwind. Those long shots are very difficult to pull off, and so Ellipsis is doing their absolute most to stop those unders. And then what do you have? Not much.
Again, that's the peril of playing in the wind. Any other day, still a weather, Ellipsis might be able to pressure those under a little bit more, and Rogue would be in a good position to punish them for it. We've seen what their handlers are capable of in these conditions. It isn't working. They're generating those turns, and then you've got a player like Kat Phillips to put it open to a wide open Marsh in the end zone for the score. Ellipsis are back up by 4 points.
Yeah, so Rogue needs to respond at this point. We're starting to see Ellipsis creep away. There's Kat Phillips, the woman of the moment. 4 goals, 5 assists, 3 blocks. Oh my goodness, what a resume for the game. Kat Phillips.
Grimoire puts the pull up. Nice and high. Looks like it might be fading towards the far sideline.
Floaty.
Fielded and bombed. Oh, hard luck, Bob. You're not going to be able to reel that one in. Ampersand with the shot. Yes, it's upwind, but it hasn't stopped them before. Pigeon on defense. Alex Patterson can't connect.
Coming in very hot with that disc.
Oh, yes.
She faked me out.
Lada Matos goes back to Chung in the midfield. Fake's so good it gets the camera moving. That's my favorite.
Yeah. Now there's a discussion here. Maybe a marking infraction of some description. I'm not sure, but we are going to tap the disc in just a minute. Now we saw Rogue looking a little bit static as we had the disc there. So we'll see what happens. And we're just having a bit of discussion, maybe players figuring out potentially where they're meant to go. And we had it ready and we're back.
Fake's getting a bite out of the defense, hits the break throw. Oh, huge movement. Louise.
Oh my
what
gosh.
a take by Lada Matos, recovering that somehow under what looked like 5 Ellipsis players at that point.
It?
Oh, laser show through.
Wow. That grab. Look how
Yeah.
that was like 5 people in there and that was clean.
Just a great take by Lada Matos and then resetting to Chung. Chung firing through to Ung right at the front of the end zone. Beautiful work by Rogue to bring it back to a 3-point game.
Yeah, so let's have a look here. Oh my gosh. Sticky fingers there. Just for a bit of a reset. And boom.
Really nice score by Rogue. How did she come down with that?
I have no idea. No clue. That is crazy.
And what a finish.
And I just want to say, Chung is doing a lot of work. She is in there and everywhere in that handler space.
So dominant on offense for Rogue. Just a necessary member of that team. We're seeing a lot of the work cycle through Chung, despite only 2 assists to her name at the moment. Doing a lot of work in terms of the setup, in terms of initiating that offense, in terms of getting the disc moving, and then redistributing the disc to the other players, really sharing the load in the later stages of the possessions. A real team player. Agreed.
It's, just because you don't get those stats on the board doesn't mean you're not doing anything. She is doing the absolute most for Rogue.
So, Della to pick up. Up and over. Hanrahan goes back to Phillips, a chip shot through. Finds Bitwan. Loses yards, goes back to Prentice, up and over to Bitwan again. A great place to be. Prentice wants to put it, decides not to. Nice little offload to Della. Up and over again. Kat Phillips.
Oh, she's dangerous.
On the doorstep. Resets instead. Prentice takes a couple steps.
So Della is floating out the back there. Just all out. But my gosh. And Ellipsis, all of a sudden it's 13-9.
Great work there to find Lee in the middle of the end zone. So much movement happening around. It can be hard to see the things that aren't moving as much, but quite often that's a vulnerable threat. That static reception in the end zone, something that we're always told to avoid as players. We're always told to avoid just standing still. But sometimes when the defense is in a really weird position or overactive, can create really good opportunities for you to succeed without doing a lot.
Yeah, so I think we're seeing a bit of like a kind of a zony, poachy moment from Rogue. And so it's kind of tricky as you start getting to that end zone where you need to tighten up. And when you're trying to kind of man the space and everything's happening really, really quickly, it's very, very difficult. Now, we've just had some word that whoever is winning this game is off to go play Manly. Is it? No, sorry, take that back. Mute that.
We've had a bit of an update on the scores. We're not quite sure on how that other game is going to be finalized. Manly currently up, but that's all the information we have for you
currently
at the
up.
moment.
Beautiful. You see big pull come in, confident catch.
Chung rips it deep. Wide and cover, but it's Roberts. Gets in the way.
Wow. Huge D right there.
Grimoire with the disc. Centering pass. Another run through. It's Madeline Owens.
Oh, and she's really picking it up in this second half of the game, isn't she?
Absolutely. Hoping for bookends on that cut.
Oh,
what a finish there.
I know we usually say that sometimes when people are out in the middle of nowhere by themselves, there's something happening in the stack, but I think she was just generally doing an excellent job.
That one was just pure power. Chung goes to Ruiz for the score to bring it back within 3. 91 minutes. We are only a few minutes away from hitting the soft cap of our game, but it looks like we might be pushing all the way to 15 regardless.
Yeah, look at that beautiful run through D from Owens. My goodness. Isn't she just a force on the field? Pick up. So let's have a look here. Fake. Thought.
Oh, what a break throw past Dignam as well.
Wow.
The body direction pushing all the way towards the near sideline. That release point perpendicular. Just a beautiful break shot there.
Beautiful work by Rogue. Wow. Yeah, so this is what they need to keep doing in order to get back and get to 15.
Chung, again, as we mentioned before, doing a huge amount of work in the initiation space. 3 assists to her name. So the stat line does not reflect how much work she's been putting in for this Rogue side.
Beautiful. So Ruiz has been getting in there as well, hasn't she?
Oh, absolutely. 1 goal, 1 block at the moment.
I think every single member of Rogue and also Ellipsis absolutely bringing it today. They're putting absolutely everything on the line to get through and up on this game.
So Rico with the disc for Rogue. Puts it up. The wind dying down. It's going to touch and roll. A little bit longer than we've seen up thus far. Della, early reset to Prentice. Working with Della. Low to the line. Manages to find Phillips. Lee cutting open. Closed off on the back corner. One hand.
Oh, wow. What a grab.
Huge take by Hanrahan there.
Over the top. Coming over the top of the body with, I think, the offhand as well. Absolutely incredible. Ellipsis 14. All they need is 1 more to finish off this game.
And yes, while they are working upwind, we've seen them able to generate turns and work with it. Rogue, a bit on the back foot. They have to be perfect from here on out if they want to advance to the finals.
Definitely. And I think, was that another Phillips assist? Oh, it totally was.
Of course it was.
Who else would it be? Over the top. Wow, that's an excellent way to take it in the air. Over the top of the hands, of the head, sorry, to bring it down nice and strong. And the lifts is looking really, really, really strong. But Rogue still wouldn't discount him. Like we said, they have to be perfect from here on out. But we've seen it before. There have been teams that have come back.
And it's only 5 points. They've already scored 10. They've demonstrated that they have scoring ability.
Yeah.
It's just about whether or not they can start stringing it together. They've generated breaks. Now, they haven't generated a break since the early stages in the first half. All breaks since the score was 4-2 have been Ellipsis breaks.
Yeah, a big pull up from Grimoire. Over to the right side of that field.
Centering pass to Chung, marked by Marsh. decides to go up. Pigeon fakes the big backhand, gets a bite out of the defense, goes back around, tries a horizontal for the give and go. And it's gonna be a turn.
I think there's a stoppage here. Little discussion. I'm not sure exactly.
Looks like that turnover will stand.
Yep.
I don't think she had possession over Genevieve Tan on that one. So a shot here. Patterson with the disc, marked by Pigeon. Goes up the line, finds Marsh, doesn't rip it. Up and over. Big touch through by Ung. Rogue with a shot now.
This is what they need to treasure this disc now.
Chung goes to Pigeon. Back to Chung, midfield. 10 meters in front of the end zone. Out and around. Bob with the disc. Chung can't jump it in, hoping to get her first goal of the game. Pressure's on. Oh, what a find.
Between the legs.
What a goal there.
Wow.
I mean, my favorite thing there, if you watch that initial cut happen, the brakes on the cutter, far better than the brakes on the defender. Huge bid from the defender on that near sideline, pulls them out of position. Would have been a good opportunity, but Chung was already looking back towards the center field for that second shot. Roga back within 3.
Yeah, and we said Rogue has to be perfect, and another one on the board. My goodness. Let's have a look at this. Huge D. Important D.
See here, there.
She already has eyes on, didn't she? Between the legs. What an excellent catch. Style points for that one. And Ruiz. Jung to Ruiz. I think that's the second second combo, isn't it?
It is. And honestly, I was going to say a disc between the legs isn't typically something that you'd expect to see on a family-friendly stream, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, you know, all you got to do is, what is it, stop the spin?
That's the one.
And maintain possession.
Absolutely.
Doesn't matter what part of the body you do that with.
Yeah, I think, as they say, trapped between 2 parts of the body.
Yes.
And hey, the legs are as good as anything.
Yep. So, yeah. And Rogue, they're going to have to make the turn if they're going to want to stay in this game. Ellipsis starting on offense on the downwind. Oh, this is dangerous. Rogue's really going to have to give it absolutely everything if they want to stay in this game.
Rico with the pull to set things off. Kat Phillips not in isolation, peeling back into the handler space. Owens peeling off to try and take a bite. It's a zone defense now from Rogue, trying to arrest the momentum. Up and over. Patterson to Phillips. In range for a big shot. Gets around the zone. Chua couldn't stop it. Prentice getting involved, pushing far sideline for Della. So close they can almost taste it. Come on, ladies, release your inhibitions. Feel the rain on your skin. Della puts it up and over.
Ooh!
Patterson. Around wide field to Kat Phillips. Not enough developing in the downfield to give her a one shot.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, big bid from Pigeon.
That went through like 3 different defenders. And Pigeon's going to take a sub, very, very sore coming off that. Oh, I think maybe a cramp on the calf. Yeah, cramping on the calf.
What
that's
a performance.
Look at this. And Phillips just a laser through 1. And wow. Just fingertips to it.
Chung to take the field now.
Such an important turn.
Owens with it, marked by Della. Nandan shuts down the up line. And again, Chua trying to make herself available as a reset. Owens isn't looking. Puts it through, midfield.
Oh, wow.
Chung to Rico. There's the
Oh,
stretch.
here we go. Oh, wow.
And a lie with the score. We said it. Rogue have to be perfect from here on out, and that's what they are displaying at this point.
And we've just seen, I believe, soft cap go, so it is going to be a game to 15, no matter what.
Oh, all of that set up by Pigeon's body on the line play to generate that turn.
Absolutely. Oh, both teams are feeling it at the moment, I'm sure. They're giving absolutely everything.
One more.
Look at
Pigeon,
that.
what a hero.
Oh my gosh.
It's not a bird you see fly often, but you did today, folks. And Lai with the two-handed grab steps ahead of Roberts on that end zone score.
Yeah, it is shaping up to be excitement, isn't it?
2 points in it. Rogue playing well here with the wind at their backs. They've got a great chance here to generate another turn, but then it's a hard slog if they can get the break here.
Yeah, so Ellipsis just needs one more, but Rogue, they are not going to let him have it very easily at all.
But I think it was Eleanor Roosevelt who said that which we attain too readily, we esteem too lightly. A win here for Ellipsis is going to mean something because they've had to earn it.
Oh yeah. My gosh, I am excited to see how this game is going to find. Oh my gosh, I've lost my words. I'm scrambling.
Big shot from the pull from Rico again, I believe. Prentice, centre field for Marsh. Della available as the near side reset. Still looking downfield. Cat Phillips at the halfway mark, puts it up for Marsh.
Oh, power position.
Runs that one down but can't unleash it. Hoping to finish things here. Up for Phillips. Double touch. That's what Rogue needed, a quick reset, starting things off, the momentum swinging in the other direction. Unmarked handlers getting free, continuing to work through. Carpenter with the disc now. And a stoppage in the downfield.
Yeah, I'm not sure, maybe a pick there, potentially. That's all right, they're going to reset themselves, and we're going to see the disc be tapped in. Coming in on 4, I believe. And full send.
Lets it rip, touches down out of bounds, which means it's going to come back a little closer to that halfway mark, giving Ampersand an opportunity on the upwind, not something Rogue can really afford to give them.
Yeah, so we're going to have to see Rogue work extra hard to make that turn yet again. What have they got left in the bag? Oh, Grimoire.
Big fake, one-handed take. Large fries, chocolate shake. Marsh in the midfield with the disc. Cuts through. One and again. Prentice putting it up. Eaten by the Rogue defense yet again. They're not going to let it go that easily.
And a turn right on the doorstep for Ellipsis.
They can't afford to let it go here, but Della's with the disc in the danger zone.
Oh my gosh.
Hoping to do the deed.
Oh, Phillips.
Cat Phillips puts it away for Ampersand to send Ellipsis through to the finals. What a match, folks. Rogue,
Wow.
despite a phenomenal effort, will go home. Well, not yet, actually. They've still got a bronze final to play now.
Yeah.
But down by 3, they're not going to be on the top 2 slots in the podium. A phenomenal performance, nevertheless. But it is Ellipsis Ampersand who are going to proceed to tomorrow's final match.
Wow. Yeah, absolutely ripper game. And I mean, who else would you want with the discs in their hand to finish it off but Cat Phillips? Wowza. She had a ripper game.
11 out of 15 points involving Cat Phillips. 5 goals, 6 assists. What a star performance. Well deserved by that team to send them through to tomorrow's final match. As our closing day, it's going to be Sunday tomorrow. for the Australian Ultimate Championships Division 1 here in West Beach, Adelaide. One more time. Look at that stat sheet. 5, 6, and 3 with only 3 turnovers for as many possessions as she had throughout the course of the game. Kat Phillips, as good at ultimate as she is bad at sharing by the sounds of things.
Selfish.
No, to be fair, more assists than goals.
True.
Than goals.
True. Sharing around, sharing the love.
A true communist redistributing the wealth.
Oh, God.
And speaking of communism, full marks to Kat Phillips and Ellipsis Ampersand for that 15-12 win over Rogue. We are going to be back tomorrow with the conclusion of this fantastic tournament. For those of you watching on a premium stream, thank you so much for your support. For those who might not be, or maybe overhear some of your friends listening to a premium stream, go on over to patreon.com/ULTI.TV. Give us your spare change. Bump up your YouTube membership. Get in on the action for the very best sport in the very best place in the world here in Adelaide, Australia. Until next time, my name is Willem Garnier.
Emma Jaeger.
Thank you so much for watching.
ULTI.TV.
I would like to. I'd like to really apologize. I get the emotion. I can't believe you've done this.